Yetta, I think we're single-handedly improving our economy.
Well, I know you like to spend.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
So we've created for you free access to over 587 Life's Inside Track episodes. And you get free access. You can get them from YouTube. You can get them from CHRI. And the great news is you can get access to them from home, the office, on the go. And it's really about building wealth, making the most of the home you're in, and really just doing a great job with your real estate, making the most out of what you've got. And so we're going to explore in this segment how investing in real estate actually improves the local economy even more than Ken just spending money.
So Sean, how do you make that happen? How do you improve economy by building wealth?
We tend to employ local people like contractors, electricians, tradespeople. We get them involved in there. We have a relationship with the town as well, where we go in and we employ them to do renovations, build more units within existing properties. And we use that to help. Then everybody can go spend more money at the stores, restaurants, all that stuff. Ken, come on out.
Come on out. But I don't need a rental out there.
No, but we could go have dinner though.
Yeah, we
You
could.
could. Well, and did you also say, as we were chatting about this whole segment and the thought of doing good and building wealth at the same time, you're building wealth for yourself and you're also building wealth for the local community by even buying things locally, like even the building supplies.
Yep.
Most of it's not shipped in from the States.
No, we buy it right from our local hardware stores, and everything that we do is local. We buy everything from our local hardware stores. I'm going to repeat myself.
Well, it's okay to repeat yourself because I think it's not the common trend. And so how do you do good in your community?
And I'm thinking they probably even give you good value because you're a volume shopper now.
Yeah. So yesterday, for example, went to buy flooring from our local guy, and they give us a price discount, and they lower our cost for delivery as well. They had to go to the cash to tell the cashier that, though, our rep. And so that was it's a nice bonus because they see the value that we bring, and they know what we're doing in the community as well.
Mm. Now you mentioned officials in the town or the city. You don't employ them to do things; they're already employed by
the municipality
and everything. But why are you kind of in their good books, so to speak?
Because we're helping solve the housing shortage. We're creating new units in the area so that people have wonderful homes to move into. We create a better quality unit as well. So they're easier to work with because we're helping solve the community issues of the shortage.
And they're getting more taxes too, huh?
Absolutely.
Property taxes go up when you improve it, right?
Yes, they do.
So it kind of helps the economy in so many different ways. I mean, in the past, I'd never really thought about the various things that we helped facilitate when we started investing. Like it was about doing well for our tenants and it was about doing well for us, but it wasn't necessarily like, what's the bigger picture? So I love this whole concept of the bigger picture of wealth building holistically.
Right. And as those businesses get busier, because there's more people spending locally like yourselves, that must also improve the number and quality of jobs. Those people must have to hire more people, right? So
absolutely. Yeah.
And around that circle goes. I was just sitting here thinking that an economy, they say, what's a good economy? A good economy is an expanding economy. And how do you expand an economy? Good jobs, good people, more people. If your town has nothing to offer, it goes the other way, right? People are leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have oversupply of housing. House prices go down and nobody has work. There's layoffs. We've seen that in little towns, right? Especially ones that have a one
employer.
One employer.
And
absolutely.
then that employer goes out of business or shrinks. Your town's in trouble.
Absolutely. I'd like to tell a quick story about when we bought. I have what's called an underperforming property.
I love that term.
So let's-
Underperforming
So
property.
unpack for everybody that's listening what an underperforming property is.
Yes, in this case, it was a fourplex, and one of the units was uninhabitable, and all three of the other rents were a third of what's called market rent. So it wasn't carrying itself financially.
Even at the rate that you would have paid for it based on poor condition. 'Cause
Correct.
that's the other reality.
Yes.
We really have talked in other segments about a slumlord.
Yes.
And about having a property where it was more concerned about the owner's profit, the landlord's profit, than it was the tenant's well-being and comfort.
Absolutely. And, I mean, it's a complex issue. Not
It
everybody
is.
starts off to be a slumlord, but when the money runs out, then it's impossible to keep up with the capital expenses, the roofs, the decks, and whatnot. So
Well, exactly. And
Yeah.
especially if you're not charging enough rent and you didn't increase rents. And so it's a self-fulfilling
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a spiraling downward cycle. So we bought the ugly baby, and we did a lot of work. We made the fourth unit habitable, and then we're able to rent that one at market rent. And then we, finished the decks. We did the roof. We put siding on it, and then we increased that. We bought it for $230,000. The appraisal came in after we did all the work at $575,000. We did not invest anywhere near that much money in raising it. However, when we did that, we also improved that whole street, and the neighbors would come by and thank us for what we'd done. And that was it was just not anything that we had really thought of when we were doing this. And it was a very special, eye-opening thing for us to say, like, we really are doing good here.
Yes.
Incredibly rewarding.
Yes.
I know Yetta and I have improved some properties over the years, and it's so rewarding to see a home come back to more like what it was when it was built, the prime of its years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, I remember there was some holes in the ceiling and stuff, roof leaking and things.
Bats.
Bats.
Oh, there
Bats.
were bats. So there's probably some health issues for some of those tenants due to mold and bat feces and that kind of stuff, right? And so you cleaned all that up.
We did. Yeah.
So you improve health too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a show recently like last week, on the health. Is your home making you healthy or sick? And a lot of times tenants don't have the ability to change their environment if they have a landlord that doesn't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Or isn't able to manage it. A lot of landlords care, but they're just not able because there's not enough rent there.
Yeah. So thank you for the good you're doing, really, because, I know I've been into a lot of your rental units, and I've been in a lot of the houses that you purchased and know what they were like when you bought them. and there's a big change. So good on you. So Karen Handel said, creating more and better jobs is how you build a strong community. And we're delighted that we've been together, because we know that as we clarify your options, the wisdom will flow from that.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.